Hello. Hello, it's me. I almost looked like just a floating head for a second. Like just my black shirt. Hi, it's me, Scott. Welcome. We're gonna do an office hours. Did I remember to make the name office hours? Yes, I did. We're gonna do an office hours about WebSockets in Unity because it's a thing that's always been a pain in the butt, and there's never been a great solution, in my opinion. I feel like over the years I've hacked things together. We hacked something together last month or the month before for Heat, and I thought I would try to tighten that thing up a little bit and then document it because David Lopser, my partner in many enterprises, was asking about a setup where he could control a VR experience for multiple users and do it from a web-based interface and send stuff to headsets in Unity. And so we already did a chunk of that work for Heat when I was trying to build a direct Heat to Unity connection, and I thought I would just revisit that. So this is going to be partially me sort of tightening the things up, but the actual implementation of this should be dead simple. So we'll set up a quick glitch demo as well. So where's my desktop? Here it is. Hello, welcome desktop. So this is the class. I did a little bit of work on it tonight because there was like a glaring problem and I just wanted to try to do something. So here's the deal. I think this is what the deal is. We got this working okay because in Unity 2018, I'm not sure exactly when in 2018, but certainly by 2018.3, you had the ability to use .NET, whatever it is. I think it's just 4.6 in here, but really, yeah, 4.x equivalent. And I think we're using 4.7.2. So you suddenly have like all this new amazing .NET stuff that you could never do in Unity before, or at least until recent history. You know, recently it was kind of in beta or preview or whatever, but now it's legit. So you can do all this .NET stuff. And one of the things in .NET I noticed was system.net.websocket. So I was like, oh, that's perfect. And we don't have to find all these libraries that don't work well or don't work correctly. Like, awesome. We'll just use that. And some stream probably sometime last month or in February, we did that and got a basic version of this working. It also does a lot of async and await stuff, partially because that's what goes on here. Like there's a bunch of async stuff with WebSockets, but also that's a thing you can do in Unity now. And it's not, we have this threading stuff, but we aren't necessarily doing multi-threaded code. Like we are really just spinning up async tasks, which are on the main thread in Unity, and waiting for them and letting them do their thing. However, I was slightly nervous about that because there's one thing I just wasn't sure, because some of this stuff I just don't know. And this is just like abundance of caution kind of stuff. I just don't quite know if it's totally safe to do these kinds of async calls. Like maybe these things do run on another thread in .NET land, but it's okay here because we await it. Like I don't actually know. And so just one, because this actually came up at work today on a project we're working on, at the contract job I'm working on. And two, just out of an abundance of caution, I wanted to be like, okay, just in case there's something dangerous about having this WebSocket stuff potentially at least partially be on another thread. I mean, I'm not spinning up another thread. I don't think, did I? I don't think, yeah, I'm not like creating any threads. And the tasks I'm doing are, man, well, now I'm a little confused about it. I don't know, man. Anyway, we could probably read about this and try to figure it out a little bit. Like even when we're doing this, like are we really doing this on another thread? Are we really? I just don't know. It's confusing because some of this stuff I don't actually know. Like, I mean, you know, this seems like a thing that's gonna, man, okay, maybe the thing I just did is not even correct. Like, it's just weird because this is .NET land and the rules are a little different in Unity land. Anyway, ignoring all of that nonsense, the idea is that we got it to the point that we could receive messages, and it mostly worked. And the thing I was worried about was like touching those messages, right? Like, was it okay to mess with those messages if they were potentially being touched by another thread? And part of it's just I don't know much at all about multi-threading in Unity. I've done a little bit of it, but certainly in this realm of tasks and that all that jazz, I just don't know the answer. So I did find a thing that I didn't even know about that is also in .NET 4 land, which are collections that are designed to be thread safe. They're like designed for concurrency, so you can mess with them in one place, in one thread, and still use them in another thread, and it's all good. Although I think I just realized that the way I did this was silly. Because if I'm doing this as a task, I'm potentially causing the exact same problem. Draklin, how's it going? Draklin, am I doing something ridiculous here? I think I might be. How's your .NET threading task logic? Okay. Let me give you the rundown. Welcome here. Welcome here, Draklin, to this place. I am getting back to Unity WebSocket stuff, and I want to kind of spin it out into something that will hopefully be useful for someone. But I know so little about .NET 4 and up, because I've been in like .NET 3.5 for a million years. So all this new stuff is new to me, like all this fancy task stuff, the WebSocket stuff we got working, but the task stuff freaks me out a little bit, like because I want to be thread safe. So I was trying these concurrent collections, but I think I actually did something really silly before the stream started. So I very quickly threw together like, oh, awesome, this concurrent thread thing, great. It's going to let me have this like really safe message queue. However, I think I did something silly, and I'm like potentially doing something unsafe. Maybe it's fine. I just don't know. Like, this is potentially another. I don't actually have an error. I'm just nervous. I just want to. I'm having a hard. I just don't. Frankly, I don't even know if these are being spun up on separate threads in Unity, because normally, you know, async await stuff is all about multi-threading, but I know that Unity cheats and makes that stuff run on, at least to some degree, makes async and await run on the main thread. But with tasks, I don't know. Okay, so I deliberately chose not to lock it because there's these concurrent collections that you're supposed to be able to use without locking. So my first instinct was like, oh, I'm gonna lock the thing. But now I feel like I don't think that that locking is not always the best way to go, and these concurrent collections are supposed to be good about that. The thing I'm just worried about is that this is actually on another thread. Actually, let's just do. I wonder if this will be obvious. Oh, I didn't do that right. Paste in the code, yes. So what I think the actual thing is because I quickly threw this together right before streaming. I might have just done something silly and tried to be thread safe and just created a new, like, just put the problematic. So again, there's no error right now. This is like abundance of caution. Whereas, I mean, basically the summary would be like, oh, don't do this. Do the dequeuing in my. In a coroutine or something, where it's like we're not even in like tasky world. Like, you know, it's hard to look at this and know if I'm somewhere special. Meaning, like, I guess the summary is, have I just created another problem for myself by making a task to dequeue these? Am I in another thread for that, which is going to be problematic in some other way? Which is fine. Like, initially I just had this in the update loop, no big deal, and then I thought, oh, it might be cool to make that into a task. Like, I could easily just there's no reason I can't do this. Maybe I'll just do this just to be safe. Just to say like, hey, the in-queuing, we're gonna in-queue in whatever task land, but we're only gonna dequeue. Yeah, to look at the state. No, that's fair. That's what I probably should really do. But I was gonna try to make this a short and sweet stream. So I just realized that the way that I quickly implemented this was like maybe not actually the way to do it. Do you want some DQ? This is DQ country. Yeah, I don't like, is there some easy way to know what thread I'm on somewhere? I mean, I guess I could just throw in some breakpoints, but like at any given breakpoint, but to know that it's a thread that's spun up by a task. Does that make sense? Like, well, that's what I just tried. So like going back to, what did we do? This dude. So like if I'm in here, this is where I'm worried that I'm not on the main Unity thread, basically here. I just have I've done so little multi-threading in Unity that I just don't. Why did I not hit this breakpoint? Did I do that incorrectly? Unity editor. You act like you're doing business. Is this where I am? I mean, the problem is I just can't, it's hard to look at this and know like what is, like if one of these happens to be, oh, I just now hit it. Okay. So that's thread number 1, but I don't know. You don't know how to use VS Code. That's fair. That's fair. Well, you know, we could do it in a real silly way because I can see that this breakpoint is on this thread. So I can just add several breakpoints in different places. Right now it's connected to, oh, what's its face? Bot made this. So this is fine. Let's do this. So we know that start is going to be in the main Unity thread for sure. This is what I just don't know. When I call this task when all is when it's slightly freaking me out a little bit. Like when I'm inside receive and inside process, what thread I'm on. So we'll just like throw a breakpoint in here and throw a breakpoint in here and just we'll see if we're on the main thread. It may be that I'm on the main thread the whole time and I don't even need the concurrent queue. I needed to learn. I was looking at it for a problem at work basically, and then was like, oh, I could use it for this thing maybe. Okay, so inside start, I look like I'm super duper on thread number 1. Inside receive, I still look like I'm super duper on thread number 1. What's going on you, thread pool? What are you doing? Being a weirdo down here. Which it could be that all that stuff is flattened into the main thread in Unity. Like that may be a thing that they did, which would kind of make sense. And then we would have to talk over here to actually receive something. Alert. And then over here. I mean, like all these, this all says thread number 1, right? So let's see. We looked at some of these articles when we first wrote this. It may just be that none of this is threaded. Even though it's in system threading tasks, it may be that that's just how Unity implemented it. Unity does not provide. Our async threads will be run on the main thread in Unity. Are often automatically run. But what about tasks? Like this isn't talking about tasks. Is it? Well, I guess it is, even with like task delay and task awaiter. So you know what? It's probably the reality is that I don't need a queue. I think is the actual case here. I think I don't need this queue, even though I'm glad I looked at it because I need it for work, but we'll just ditch this whole thing and go back to what I was doing, excuse me, at the beginning of the stream, or before I even started streaming, which was instead of in queuing, we just fire off the event. It just made me nervous. Like if I was actually multi-threaded, that would have been a problem, but I'm not. I'm like pretend Unity await land where they're just kind of like, but it's kind of cool. You can use that stuff, or at least it's great that you can interface with that world where I can connect to these other systems, like all this Unity web stuff that is async, and it seems to work. I'm kind of making this up a little bit, but it seems to work. So for example, let's just run through this code a little bit. So we have this way so that external friends can subscribe to us. We could level that up a little bit and like do it in the editor. If we did it with Unity events, we could expose this in the editor instead. We have client WebSocket. This stuff is from .NET WebSockets. We have the URL we want to connect to. We're going to kick off a task to connect, and it's a multi-step thing that like first we connect and then we wait for the connection, which is kind of like just yielding on a coroutine because I'm pretty sure all this happens on the main thread. Then we'll just debug the state. And then this is just like wait for stuff, which doesn't really make sense because it makes more sense to have multiple things in here. But that's fine. It doesn't really hurt anything. Like we could just await receive. And that would probably be kind of identical here. I mean, we don't even really need to wait on it. Well, maybe we could, because it'll return when, like if the connection state closes. So we could probably do that. I don't know if that's more appropriate or less appropriate. The send is pretty easy. We just, oh, this is freaking me out. I don't normally do this. This must have been example code from Microsoft. I almost never use var. This is just encoding the message into a buffer that is compatible with the .NET WebSockety stuff. You like var? It weirds me out. Because I like in that scenario I just was in, like I couldn't just look at the code and know what that was. It weirds me out. Maybe it weirds me out from JavaScript land. Then we just send the dude. It's all good. None of this is very robust, by the way. Then we have a way to receive stuff. And while the WebSocket is open, we're just always looking for data to come in. And this seemed overly verbose. I think I got this from a Microsoft example straight from them, but it's basically a way to say like, hey, we got some data over the WebSocket. Let's take that data until it seems like a thing. And then when it seems like a thing, send a message to anybody that cares. And that all seems okay, unless I just broke it. You love var? Should I embrace var? I just feel like it makes things hard to glance at and immediately know what's going on, especially if you're like working on a team and looking at like get pull requests or whatever. Okay, so this seems like if I say hello in chat, yeah, I get it there. You think so? You just throw in var there? I don't know why I feel so weird about it. I guess I feel weird about it because it feels like a JavaScript thing. Okay, so we are getting data from chat into Unity seemingly with no problems. This is not a robust thing though, you know, like this is not, this, we don't make any effort to like keep the connection alive or anything like that. But I think I'm not gonna do that for this example. That is we're gonna keep it simple today. So general idea is this is a very bare bones implementation using the .NET sockets, what's provided by .NET WebSockets, and we connect and we can send stuff and we can receive stuff. And it just doesn't have any nice things that we probably would really want into it if you're really going to do something with it, like maintaining connections and things like that. Because we don't really have a sense of like reconnecting any of that stuff. But I don't really want to be the person who's going to write a WebSocket library for the world. Jitspo, I don't know how to say your name, but hello Lily Levite. Thank you for the viewers. Thank you for the raid. Did the raid thing work? Oh look, it actually worked. Incredible, the raid thing worked. Che Diego, what's up? Welcome everybody. Man, you're just in time for a boring stream of me looking at a boring WebSocket class. Turn on heat? Oh yeah, we should turn on heat. Ooh, it is on. Good. What should we do in heat? Okay, yeah, good idea, Dracklin. While I talk about boring things, what overlay should we use? Kisses? The baby? The baby? Baby? How about the baby? Okay, everybody click the screen and you can feed the baby. The baby's very hungry. Oh my god, web development. Well, this is going to be halfway web development because it is, I'm trying to do as simple and painless as possible WebSocket integration in Unity. So we are going to do a little bit on the web side. Synth. Oh yeah, while people are here, we should do the synth. Man, Dracklin, why don't you take over? What is the synth even called? Sequencer. Sequencer? That's not what it's called. Thank you for the follow, Che Diego, Vindo. I don't even know what this stuff is called. Heat.j30. You would think I would know this stuff. It's called sequence, obviously, of course. Try this. Okay, so let's write a song together. Let me pause this music. And if you click around, you can click on the sequencer and it should play. There is an overlay. Oh no, do I not have the overlay turned on this? So, oh man, unfortunately this one doesn't sound very good as an overlay. Let's do the OBS overlay does not sound great. There is supposed to be an overlay for those notifications, but I'm in the process of writing all that stuff, so it is highly possible that it is broken. And if it is broken, it is my fault, for sure. Let's go here instead. And this should sound better. Still sounds a little clippy, I must say. Did the overlay play? Did the alert overlays properly play? I thought it did too. I thought I saw it up there. This is like 3 octaves of C major 7 maybe? I think maybe? It's been a while. I mean, not that long. It's been some weeks, but... I know, we should use these things instead of the alert noise. The Terraform is a little bit harder to spin up because it's Unity. And then we'd have to have like the WebSocket stuff. Although that's what I was just working on, so maybe it would work beautifully. I know when anyone raids, like everybody check. Oh my God, please look. Please push the buttons. What's another good one? We could do video. Yeah, showed. I know we got to do it. It's like, oh my God, a raid. Please, everybody, look, we can paint together. Is that overlay still playing? Is that why it sounded bad? Why am I still hearing heat? What is happening? Where's it playing? Okay, I'm slightly losing my mind because I don't actually know where that's coming from. Does it still happen? What is happening? Do I have another browser open that's doing it? Okay, this is good. Okay, good. Well, welcome to everybody to me losing my mind. That still sounds like it's OBS. That looks cool. Definitely broke that. It sounds like that's... Yeah, yes, please put that on my tombstone. It could be something. Yeah, maybe it's my own brain. When I got home today, I thought I heard someone whistling in my apartment. Like there was some weirdo hiding under my bed whistling at me. But at least it was like a complimentary weirdo. Okay, we're still making sounds, aren't we? What's happening to me? Where is it coming from? Is it another tab? Maybe. There's only one tab open in Firefox here. I'm looking at Chrome right now. Let me close all these tabs. It's got to be OBS. The call is coming from inside OBS. Okay, wait, I have an idea. I've got an idea. We'll just, wherever this, oh, it's still running. That's weird. It's like still running. Okay, but let's just change it to like heat map and then we'll have no more sounds. Okay, whew, crisis averted. I was, sorry that sounded bad. The OBS browser integration, whatever that thing is called, browser sources, the web audio API inside it is not so hot, unfortunately. I think it's, so what I think inside OBS, let's have a weird OBS nightmare here. It still was running the browser here, which maybe I told it to do that. Yeah, I didn't say shut down source when not visible, so that's my own fault. I should just check that box. How about that? And then everything's gonna be fine. Or we could do this. Ooh. I don't know. Maybe there's something insane happening there. I should probably use, I'm using Slobs, Streamlabs stuff. I decided to just try to build all those things, but it's a hassle. All the Twitch APIs are terrible. By the way, BT dubs. Okay, what else do we got? I have some weird video ones, like Pixel? Is that what it's called? And then I think we can do video equals 1. Oh, I have to turn, excuse me, I have to commit cameras to the side. What is the parameter? I thought this, is that not what it is? That address, okay, great. That address doesn't look right. We're doing great here, everybody. Welcome to my channel. This is exactly how things always go. Oh yeah, right. I already have a query string there. Cool. Yes, allow. So then we can do the video filtering through the web browser. So now if you click me, It should do the thing. So the way that this works. Oh man, bummer. Yeah, it's the Twitch API. So I'm trying to build this bot, but there's certain things that are in like TMI. There's certain things in TMI.js, and there's certain things that are only available as pub sub, and there's certain things that are only available through some other API. Oh, through like webhooks. So we have to there's like 3 to 4 different Twitch endpoints that I have to hit to be able to do anything. Okay, the way this works is that it is a Twitch extension that we did for Most Valuable Dog. Thank you for the follow. Wait, did you see the overlay? Yeah, you see it. Cool. It's a Twitch extension that all that really happens on your end is I have an invisible canvas that I'm capturing the XY coordinates, and then all that stuff gets sent to AWS because they demanded I use AWS, even though the AWS part was awful. And then that gets routed back to me. And so I get normalized XY coordinates from everybody who's clicking, and then I can do whatever. And I did this because there's not a great way to mess with the video in OBS. I did some of the stuff like this just with WebRTC. There's another video one. What's it called? Warp? Oh, I broke it. Wait, yes, allow. Thank you, Firefox, for protecting me from myself. Did it break? Seems broken. Is it broken? I'm unwarpable now. Ah, there we go. AWS. So yeah, so it's just a Node.js backend, and then that is deployed to AWS through Elastic Beanstalk, and then it also uses Redis and like 95 other AWS services because you can't just use one thing on AWS. You have to use a million things. Che Diego, thank you so much. I really appreciate you hanging out. Okay, yeah, Gigaspike, you are welcome to work now. Took a minute. Now we're ready. The other thing that I was working on is Haunt. Oh man, is Haunt broken? Haunt might be broken. So you can also control my room. And by room, I mean like one aspect of my room. How? Well, actually, Draclin, I think it's maybe broken right now because I think Twitch messed up and they put it back into beta mode. They sent me an email. I need to respond to it because I think right now that other people can't install it, even though they could for a while. So that's on that. That's way to go, Twitch. Thanks for everything, Twitch. We need. Where is that thing? That was in Heat Client, right? How does this work? npm run dev. Connection refused. How does any of this work? Is this my problem? Extension backend service.j38.net? Is that what it is? That doesn't look good. Looks broken. Looks broken. Oh, good. Thank you for the clip. Perfect. How does this work? I thought it was. Oh, it's secure socket. Oh man. Yeah, Draclin, you're right. We need to be more ready. Okay, no, is that broken? Because didn't we do this 2 ways? Because we were trying to get it to work with raw WebSocket stuff. Was this the test for that? Man, I don't even know now. I don't even know. I feel like if it worked, we would get a socket IO open. Because this is when we were trying the raw WebSocket access. No, we're gonna get it. It's gonna be great. We're gonna get it. Can I clear you? Socket IO open. Okay, no, we got it. We got it. We got it. Okay, so now, if you click on, where am I? That's not me. That is definitely not me. Hello, it's me. Now does this work? Yes, okay, now you can click the light. Click back here, this region here where there's light. Is that not working? I see people clicking. Yeah, there you go. Okay, good. Now we're having a rave. Oh, I forgot these worked too. Did I get rid of the rave overlay? This is a tragedy. Why would I do that? We had the beautiful rave overlay with Lana Lux's rave icons. Did I really get rid of that? Wait, we gotta find that because that's important. We need to get. Let's add more browser sources until my computer catches on fire. That was somewhere. That was definitely somewhere like. That's a rant. 2018 streams. Chat dance. Icon rave. That sounds like what we want. I don't even, it's been a while since I've even looked at this. Is this what we want? Is this what we want in life? It seems like it doesn't work. It seems broken. Who made this thing? Oh, maybe it's inside there. Okay, there we go. All right, now we can have these friends. We gotta keep this. We have to be prepped for this. To be ready for a rave at any moment. Doesn't really work so much with the title there. Okay, well now we're at least ready. We're ready to have a rave anytime. We need some good. We gotta have like proper rave music ready instead of this stuff. Okay. Anyway, yes, you can click the light. I am breaking all the things. It's true. It's true. I heard she made partner. I need to stop by and congratulate her. That's awesome. That is amazing. Gigaspike, a simple game of your own design with networking in it. Well, if you ask Lily, she's going to tell you to use Godot, right? She's going to like kidnap you. She'll throw a bag over your head and drag you somewhere and force you to use Godot. Yeah, see, look. Yeah, instantly. Which is totally valid. I mean, it's kind of what you're comfortable with and what you're interested in. There's a million ways to do it. I'm trying to, the thing I was doing this evening, oh man, we got so distracted. These are supposed to be office hours. So I've been trying to do these office hour streams where I have like really tight, concise topics. Then I just like stream for 1 hour. And I've already gotten so distracted because that's what happens. But that's okay. Changing the color of the light. I am changing the color of the light. There's two lights here also that change. So these are TP-Link Casa smart bulbs, and they're really easy to talk to. So somewhere, I just have a Node.js module, this TP-Link light bulb module for Node.js, and then you just have to figure out what the IP addresses of your lights are, and then I just have kind of a responsive grid that can figure out where you click on the stream and then do certain things. So like if you click this certain cell, which is the only thing it does right now, it will randomly pick light colors and intensities. So yeah, it controls the bulbs. We also were working on a thing where you could push buttons or touch things to make the lights change. It's easy. It's nice to just talk to the light and be like, "Hey, light, thanks." Cool, thanks. Yeah, it's these TP-Link bulbs are pretty easy to play with. They didn't do all the things that I wanted. Like one of the things you can set up scenes with them, like scene presets, and scenes aren't really supported in this the node library I found. Anyway, okay, we got to do the thing. We got to actually do the thing we were doing. But now it's going to be boring. So what should we have? Should we have a friend to click? What is the kissing booth called? Is that right? That doesn't seem right. You'd think I would know the URLs of all these things that I made. It's called Kissing Booth. Remember a second ago when I said, what is the kissing booth called? It's literally called Kissing Booth. Did that work? Okay, good. Now you can give me kisses. We played with most of the other ones. We didn't play with markers, but that's the most boring one. Okay. Everything with IPs. Yeah, I did a weird... It was kind of weird because I was just testing some IP scanning software, and I was like, that's a lot of devices on my network, and I was momentarily freaked out until I realized, like, oh yeah, I have like 3 light bulbs that have IP addresses. It's a little weird. Yeah, seriously, shots fired. Rough. Okay, here's the thing we're doing. I'm not going to go too much further on this, so on this particular little jaunt, but we're trying to add very basic WebSocket support to Unity using the .NET WebSockets library. It is so not a real thing, and I'm kind of afraid that people will actually want to use it in real life because that'll take a lot more work, and hopefully somebody else will do it. Because it basically works sufficiently well for me. So let's now very quickly spin up a glitch instance to... I'm having too many... I don't even know what some of these are. What was I doing? What was I doing? If I wasn't doing anything important here, we can just use this one. I mean, I guess I can have as many as I want, but I don't even know what I was doing. Oh, this was just to log web requests. So, what do we want to do? I feel like didn't I make a real simple thing already? Do we already have like a... Whoa, no. I forgot, glitch. How do I view like all my projects? Didn't I have like a super simple... I think we did it kind of for this, right? Yeah, just a real dead simple... So we want kind of an echo service though, where anything that goes in will come out. Did we already do that? We could do that pretty easily, right? On connection, and then we would say a... we have to look at that. I gotta remember how to do this. Oh no. Networked toilets? I bet there are. I bet there's like some amazing smart toilets. IP? I love it. You people, man, I look away from chat for 1 minute, and this is what it has. I don't know. I don't know if I can condone this. I don't know if I can condone this particular thread. Okay, so here's the thing. What did we do? This stuff we don't. This stuff doesn't matter. This was just test stuff. So let's just steal this. And what was that other thing called? concise cat shark. This can be called Unity WS, and this can just be our little test friend. And all we want to do in here, really, we don't want you. We can serve some static stuff, that's fine. But all we really want to say is when somebody connects, anything that comes in, we want to go out. And I feel like that's in one of the examples, like for the WebSocket library. Yeah, anytime there's on message from the client. So we kind of just want this. On connection, on message. Oh, this is weird. Why didn't you just call? Why did we implement this broadcast function and then not use it here? Anyway, this should be like an echoey server where you could at least check and not send to yourself. Oh, that's what's going on here. I see. That's the whole point of this, is just to say, hey, if it's not me, send it. So let's just grab this. That does most of the stuff we want. That might do all of the stuff we want. And just say, if a message comes in, send it everywhere. Which, you know, you would never want to do that, probably, if you were really making a thing. Is that everything we want here? I think so. So now, we just need some front-end code. Whoa, what's going on? DVD thank you for the follow. There's so many ways I could properly pronounce that. Yeah, the random names I'm pretty into also, but it weirds me out a little bit because it's also seemingly very similar to like what my password generator uses. So it's like everything looks like a password to me. Oh no, oh no. Now I'm not going to be able to think of flushing properly. Traumatized. You've all traumatized me. Thank you for that. So this is just a way where we can send stuff in. So all we want is like, just for this little demo, we just want like a button that's going to connect. We don't want any of this. We want one of these that's like this thing. Is this how we do this? I feel like I forget every time. I don't know if people even do this anymore. Hello! I don't want any of these files. Get on my life files. In fact, I don't even want this file. I want fewer files. Fewer files, fewer problems. I always say. I've never said that in my life. Get rid of all of you gone. I hope, is there anything secret in my .in file? Since one of my favorite hobbies is accidentally showing .in files on stream. No, nothing good in there. Apologies, everybody. You can't steal my identity today. So we don't want any of this stuff. Ooh, glitch lets me paint. Wake up upon request. Okay, let's just all wait together. How fast can I type on this nice mechanical keyboard with nice brown switches? If I like really practice and I'm really in like typey mode, maybe like 108 words per minute. If I'm on my 2016 MacBook Pro with a trash garbage keyboard that is trash and belongs in the trash can and belongs maybe in the toilets you're all talking about, then I can maybe type like 80 words per minute. but I've been typing for a while. Why is this not spinning up? Oh, is it broken? Is there a problem? Maybe it's because there's errors. There's errors. Oh yeah, because we didn't include the package. Obviously. Foolish. I kind of wish this would have told me there was an error though, and not just make me feel like it was taking forever to load. Type faster and you can type nonsense. I mean, that is a thing though. Like one of the things that remember when I was a kid, like in my typing class or whatever, taking typing tests, it's not just how fast you can type, it's how fast you can type with no errors. And if you just don't care about the errors, which is maybe not a problem if you're going to go back and proofread or correct, yeah, you can type way faster if you're just going to be like, I'm going to town. Find a fun. Oh, we got to rename this. Maybe there's some fun typing game that you would enjoy that would help you get your typing speed up. If you want to get your typing speed up, you got to be in public. We did all this wrong, every step of this, and by we I mean me. But I'm going to blame all of you because you're here as well. Okay, so we got this thing. So we just need to probably make this something vaguely resembling a web page. I get so spoiled by the VS Code auto format that are you gonna like it feel like sometimes Glitch does auto format and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so now let's go steal code again from some other thing. Probably from the bot, right? I was hoping that would open another tab, but never mind. Well, in this case, we did use client.js. Whatever. All we want really is to steal the WebSocket stuff. And I think I even did add some stuff here to try to reconnect, so that's good. So this thing will reconnect, the Unity stuff won't. Let's just steal this whole thing. Theft from myself. What do I want to do with this? Cram it all in here for now. I don't think I really even need to do that thing. That's some habit from years ago of the like function wrap thing to make sure that your function executes only after the page loads. I don't think it really matters that much. Okay, so oh yeah, our reconnect thing is dumb. All of this stuff we don't need because this is all bot specific. The queue we don't need. Sleep is the thing we made up. All we really care about is connect, and then we really just want to send stuff. Right? So maybe we don't actually care about any of this. This is like our whole life. Maybe get the URL out to whatever you're called. This guy. And then new connections. It's listening for an open. If messages happen, let's just console log the message, which we kind of don't want messages. We shouldn't get our own, and Unity's not going to send them. That's silly. That's not what we want. We would just print the whole event. and if there's an error, etc., etc. So what we really want to do though is send. Send is what we actually care about in this context. So we need to like I feel like all my indents are bad. We gotta cut and paste this into Visual Studio and get it back. You were kicked out of the... Phil, how's it going? Yeah, I kind of had that. My typing class was mainly me. I mean, this was some time ago when I was in middle school, but I feel like it was me like quickly doing the exercises and then doing disruptive things to the computer that I shouldn't have done. Vindo Fiesta, thanks for stopping by. Have a great night. Sweet dreams to you. What am I doing? We just need some way to send stuff, and I just got mad that I don't like the way things are indented. That's the summary here. That's where we are. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Look at this nice friend. What does this mean? Ask the community for help. Oh, we have a little friend there. So let's add a button. Cool. Let's have a cool button and an uncool button. And then are we auto refreshing over here? Yes, we have a cool button and an uncool button. Let's quickly add some plumbing for those. By ID. Wait, that's the cool button. What am I doing? The last thing you want to do is cross the streams of the cool button and the uncool button. And then we want like a... Wait, all this stuff should be indented more. What are we doing here? Get in there. Okay, great. Everything's great. Cool button dot add event listener click. Or we can even just do a and this will just be, we really should check to see if the WebSocket's open, but I think it's just WS send. Cool. I already messed something up, I can tell. There's errors over there. We'll see what it is in a minute. I hit the insert key. We didn't type it like that though. Uncool button. Uncool button. No, we did type it like that. Uncool's a word though. Uncool. What's wrong? What are you complaining about? Cool button's not defined. Of course it's not. It's capital B, obviously. Okay, presumably we are sending these things to a WebSocket server. And presumably over here in Unity land, we are listening to not the right, to the wrong WebSocket server. We need to listen, ooh, doesn't seem good. Ignore all that. That this should be Unity WS hosted on Glitch. Seems like we're open, and then, okay. Great. This totally doesn't work at all because I broke it. So, what'd I do? $51. What'd I do wrong? Oh, you were exploiting hot exploits. That's like speedrunner strats. You were doing speed runs speedrunner runs of your typing assignments. I would do stuff like, this was in like Windows 3.1 era. So back in that era of MS-DOS based computers, it's just the dumbest things you could do that would confuse people so much. Like in MS-DOS, there was a file called autoexec.bat, and anytime a computer started, it would run whatever was in that file. And if you really wanted to mess with the people at the school, all you had to do is open that file and put autoexec.bat at the end of the autoexec.bat, and then the computer would just reboot forever and they would think it was broken. You could also do a thing where, this was before like Windows Explorer, so it was progman.exe, and that was what booted up as the default Windows shell. But if you wanted to, you could go in and mess with like win.ini or something and then make it open solitaire instead, so that whenever you went into Windows, there'd be nothing would run and there'd be no way to run anything. It would just be solitaire. These were things that I thought were so cool when I was a kid. Oh, these were Apple II typing tests. Lilybite, thank you so much. Have a great night. Apple IIe typing tests. That's a good point, because I feel like most of the computer labs in my elementary school and my middle school were early Apple computers, but the typing lab, for whatever reason. Are you that much grayer than me? I'm getting a little bit gray. It's happening. But the typing labs, for whatever reason, that's weird to think about now. I don't know why. The typing labs were Windows based. Well, as we all know, beard grayness is a sign of wisdom. So that does mean that you are unquestionably more wise than me. Is this not how you do this? Can this not just be a ws.send? Oh, no, that should be fine. Oh no, we determined that I was not adding the event listener properly, because that's a null, because 51 is saying we're null here. So what's wrong with document.getElementById cool button? ID is cool button. Is it because I need to do this later? Oh right, this script should be, yeah, whatever. Oh yeah. That's the reason I normally do that thing. We should probably put all this in actual HTML. That's the reason I do the thing normally, to like wrap it in a function that gets executed. Okay, now he should have buttons. And now, okay, handy. So we now have a very simple glitch. Whatever they call them. Do they call them sketches? I don't know what they call them. Glitch sketch, and with a front end and a back end, and this stuff spits out to Unity. So that's pretty cool. How do I want to share this? So the things that are missing here are things that are actually kind of important, like reconnecting on disconnect on the Unity side, where actually you would really want them. The reconnecting on disconnecting is one. Some kind of keep alive, which actually you would need on the client and the server. Maybe I put that in on the server though. I don't know. I don't think I did. We just stole like a handful of lines. Yeah, so we don't have anything keeping things alive. We just don't have any things you're supposed to have. But maybe that's fine for tonight. A YCAT lab. Do I even know what a YCAT is? A YCAT 150, oldcomputers.com. I don't know that I've ever seen a YCAT. My dad worked at Radio Shack when I was a kid, so we had a lot of early Tandy computers. I want a YCAT. I bet this keyboard feels amazing to type on. I bet this keyboard is just incredible. I love this little rainbow. I'm super into it. Are you from the US, Phil? Is this a non-US thing? Or maybe it's just kind of a regional thing? Because I can't remember what we had. From Florida? feel like we had like well, even as a kid at home, like a Tandy color computer, which is probably the best computer of all time, because you could just plug it into a TV, which was cool, and it had a game cartridge slot on it, which was cool. I don't remember ours looking like this. I want one though. I don't remember ours being shiny. Oh, is that different than the... No, that's a... What are the nicknames for this? Nicknames the Coco. I've also heard it called a Trash 80. I think ours looks like this. What a cool computer. There's a weird thing where Radio Shack disappeared into the ether, and then they just recently relaunched and they have merchandise now. I don't know who, I mean, Verizon bought them, right? It's kind of a sad existence for it. The thing that was like kind of heartbreaking was that one of their shirts has a Big Bang Theory reference on it, which was like, eesh. A Coco 2? I actually would be super into these shirts if they weren't printed so horribly. Like, I don't like shirts with stuff on them that is so big that it's gonna wrap under your armpits. Not my jam. But I really like this old school logo. I like the TRS-80 ones. I would be kind of into these shirts, but I feel like they're just not. They just don't look good. I feel like they did a bad job. Biggest name in little computers. I mean, these are probably not photos of the shirts, you know, this is like, ooh, 15% off. But this shirt, I could get into this shirt. I would like the TRS-80 logo on gray, perhaps. It kind of bums me out. Like, Radio Shack used to mean something, and it used to be like, if you need I don't even know if I need a component right now. If I'm working on some hardware project and need a component, like, what do I do? There's no Radio Shacks. I have to order from Amazon or whatever. Oh, wow. I want to see a picture of your keyboard. Do you have a beautiful mechanical keyboard with custom keycaps? I've so far resisted falling down the rabbit hole of custom keycaps because I want to like custom design them. I'm kind of into beige. It's funny because I remember the transition out of beige era and how it was like, oh, I'm so glad computers aren't beige anymore. But now it's kind of like, kind of into it. Kind of into beige. We have this dedicated @ key. They knew that this was going to be important someday. That's pretty weird, actually. And look at where the arrow keys are. This is a good keyboard. I really thought about this. A nice red break key. Love it. Okay, what are we actually doing? So this works. What are we, like an hour, 10 minutes in, and this thing kind of works. A WASD. Do they do, so they also do custom keycaps, right? Where you can just do but they don't do, so the thing that bums me out a little bit, oh man, I can't look at this stuff. You're gonna like suck me in. Do they have like the keycap designer? Full keycap where you can like do your own designs and then upload them with an online tool? Or is that somebody else? But the thing I'm thinking of, maybe it was somewhere else. I kind of thought it was here, where you could like even design the typography. Like you could design everything, and they would. Which these maybe have some custom printed. Am I just missing it? Is it right in front of my face? Most valuable dog, thank you. Wait, but where's the tool? Like, isn't there a tool that I'm supposed to, like, push a button and be... I'm losing my mind again. Full keycap sets. Oh, on there. Oh, from here, then pick one of these. Yes, I think you are correct. So I would want this 87 key. So the one thing that bums me out about these is, yes, so this is one tool, and then there's another site that does it too. Max Keyboard also has a tool. I think this is actually the one I was thinking of. The problem in both cases, I think, is that neither of them, I may be wrong about this, but that there are limitations on what you can customize and be backlit. Like I want backlit, I want hyper custom backlit keys, and I don't know that that is a possibility. I mean, I love this beige, yeah. No, that's not what I meant to do. I feel like this interface is a little weird. Look what you've done to me. Look what you've caused. Oh no. I can't fall down in this. Yeah, backlit hard. I mean, maybe I just need to find some backlit keycaps I like. So another thing you can do. Oh, that's lovely. That's a lovely keyboard. These almost look like they're. I was about to say another thing you can do is dye them. These almost look dyed. Maybe that's just something about the picture. So pretty, man. Now look what you've all done to me. Now we're stuck. Now we have to do it. This is what you've caused. No, we don't want the memes. We want. Oh, look at. Oh, that's lovely. I got inspired by some of these keyboard rests. I made my own keyboard rests at just the right angle to go with my Cooler Master keys, which I'm pretty pleased with it. Works pretty well. I want to build some more. It's fancy cabinet grade Baltic birch plywood. Maybe we'll build some more fancy stuff. Beautiful. I kind of am into these, or like where they're not just backlit, but they have other elements. Like these with these outlines are cool. The border ones are cool. I've also seen them where the sides are like half translucent. Because I like the backlighting to some degree, at least. Look at these beautiful keyboards, man. Killing me. Oh, that's lovely. Lovely. Okay, we can't do this. I gotta finish the thing I was doing. Again, this is supposed to be an office hour stream. Office hour streams are supposed to be me. Tight, answer question, get in, get out, you know? So this works-ish, right? Like, it's the foundation. The stuff that's just missing is like persistent connections and reconnections and all that. And I think we're not going to do that tonight. So the question is where I want to stick this thing. I think for now we'll just make a gist. Off topic. Man, everything I do on this channel is off topic. Let's just make a gist because I need to share this with someone who is interested in it. And this will be whatever it is, WebSocket bridge.cs. Maybe at some point we'll release this as a real thing, but I don't wanna. What's it called? System.net. Oh, that's the wrong thing. I'm lost. I've lost myself again. System.WebSockets. They intercap the WebSocket. I think I want to do that too. Yeah, oh, I did. Okay, good. Great. We're on the same page. This can be a public gist. People are just going to ask questions about it, and I'm going to be like, eh. Okay, so let's take this. And for now, let's just stick it somewhere. Buzzing me. Getting buzzed. Oh yeah, we should probably make this actual HTML. Maybe. I don't care that much. Browsers don't really seem to care. Quick custom boilerplate. I want like that. Yeah, great. I'll take it. We want like the most boilerplatery. I don't think browsers care. Nobody cares anymore. Grab all this stuff, cram it in the body, and now it's legit. In fact, let's make it. This is a silly thing to do, but I'm gonna do it. Can I not format this without saving it? Well, then forget it. Never mind. It's formatted enough for now. Okay, so that's all I really wanted to accomplish tonight. So this was for David Lobser, who had asked how to do this, and I spent about 20 minutes actually working and then an hour being distracted. But now at the very end of it all, if you look at Unity, well, I already forgot. Like, what's the right place to go? What's the official place of this? How do you go to the project page? Is this it? Tilde Unity WS? Yeah. So this, and then we have the cool and uncool buttons, which do they still work? So that's actually a good sign. Like, we've maintained that WebSocket connection for some minutes. Is it a problem? Oh man, I thought you could do that in just chatting. Get a little buzzed. Now it's legal. It's okay. I'm getting buzzed in a more innocent way. What are you uploading? What are you working on? You show me something cool before I sign off. I forgot we had weird mood lighting going on. Alexa, turn on stream. She listened to me on the first time. I can't believe it. A website for interacting with your game, or like game, like promo stuff for your game. Landing page, cool. Can I see it? Will you share? Uh-oh, the remote party closed WebSocket connection without completing the closed handshake. I don't care that much, man. I don't want to. I wish somebody else would do this. I'm not a person that wants to make tools. I just am not. It's not what I want to do with my life. I'll make like examples, but somebody, if it's like a real tool that needs to be robust, somebody else should build it. I don't want to. Fist of the Forgotten. Lovely. Beautiful imagery. Nice typographic treatment. So much social. What is this icon? Oh, that's your icon. Okay. Things are looking like slightly pixely though. Why is that? Am I just used to a Retina display and I'm just looking at these non-Retina monitors is making everything seem a little chunky? What did you use for your images? Do you use like Font Awesome or something? Oh, you have SVGs. Gotcha. Well, like in some browsers, the real-time scaling of SVGs sometimes gets a little weird. A little bit weird. Beautiful. That's a cool giant hand. I'm into it. I think this looks nice. Nice and simple. Maybe you want like a more impactful title or like a header treatment. Oh, you pulled them? Yeah, it's weird. I think it's just the way they're being resampled. Also, this is a like just 1080p monitor. So that's the world we're in. It could just be the way that the SVGs are scaling. Cool. Cool. Tell me about it. Cool. Look, that same thing. The Dizzy Sky. We had the exact same sentiment. Great minds think alike. Awesome. I want to check it out. I want to check it out when you're streaming. What's your release timeline? When does this become a thing? I have a hard time for focusing on something for an hour, apparently. So who knows if I'll ever make anything of scale on of a substantial scale on stream. Before you run out of money o'clock, that's a pretty good. That's a good schedule. It's a little. I hope it's not like a clock time because that's a little worrisome. Maybe if it was like a calendar date or a month or a year. But yeah, I hear you on that. Okay, I think I am gonna call it. This was a relatively short stream, but it was a long day. Long and wearisome day. So thank you everybody who stopped by. Thank you so much. I don't know, Jitspo. How am I don't even know how to say your name. I'm so bad at knowing intuitively how to say people's names on Twitch. So I just use my normal name. Jitspo, awesome, cool. Jitspo, thank you so much for the raid. Thanks for everybody you brought by. Che Diego, Vindo, Most Valuable Dog, DVD Etta, however we say that. Thank you for the follows, the visits. Super awesome. I really appreciate it. And we will be back soon to, maybe we'll get back to making some weird stuff in Unity and not worrying about WebSockets. So have a lovely evening and I'll see you next time. Bye.